Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine and go out and play.
Good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday, and welcome to another Deal Reveal. 4 years now, we've been doing these weekly deals, and it's only getting better and faster every single week. This week, two deals for you. We have a double header, and we are going to have our most prolific gatekeeper here this evening for you. So these are two off-market opportunities, real opportunities that you can take action on. So if you're interested in what we're going to talk about this evening, just reach out to us and we will put you in contact with the seller or the seller's representative, and we will take it from there. And so, before we get started, yes, bonjour from Sylvie. Hello, Carolyn, and everyone else who is on the call live with us. We got a good number here today. So wonderful. Just from the top, who do I see who logged in early? Agnes, Isabel, wonderful. Josiane, excellent. I read that email today. Josiane, it was fantastic. Looking forward to our next conversation. Manny, Rory, Sean. Who else do we have? We have TH and Tony. And I sure hope that our guest speaker is going to be here today. But if not, too bad for him. We are going to rock and roll. So, this is really boiling down to the last minutes here, ladies and gentlemen, for our last epic bus tour of the year. We will be in Cleveland. We sure hope to have you. Welcome you to the city that we now call home, from for the heart and for the checkbook, for the pocket. Cleveland, Ohio, one of our favorite markets to invest in, where we currently reside. This is what we want to show you in person. We have already started collecting properties for the tour, lining them up for you. This takes a lot of effort, and we are ready. We are ready to welcome you home. I will say that this week on Monday, we had a meet and greet in Toronto. And so some of you on the call were there. If you missed us, we do have a recording that we can share with you of the presentation. And the next and last meet and greet of the year is going to be in Laval in November. So those are your last opportunities to come spend some time with us in person to talk U.S. real estate. So yes, the Deal Butler is still active. You might have seen on Facebook, closing one deal. In fact, just before the call, so I didn't have time to prep it for the call. Maybe next week, if the deal's still available. I just got off the phone. Looks like we're going to buy a very nice single family home in Cleveland Heights, probably a property worth around 200,000 ARV. Get this, how much is the down payment? $5,000. $5,000. Mortgage takeover. Very excited. So that's probably going to get started and served up to the next Deal Butler client. And so pretty cool. We're very excited to continue finding and creating deals. Yes, Tony, that's right. Mint, cha-ching. And so here are the deals of the week. Okay, we're going to go see if these deals make sense, see if these deals have some cash flow, see if they're in a part of town we want to invest in. And let's take one more look in the audience to see if our gatekeeper is showing up. So that's unfortunate. I know there was another Real Estate Investor Association tonight, but that's no excuse. He did confirm earlier. All right, so it looks like we're going to get started without him. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about the deals. I know very little. And that's the point of these deal reveals, that we're going to spend a couple of minutes. We're going to see if it looks like it's worth the time to put in an offer, get them inspected, and potentially add to our portfolio. So we got a first property. Both of them are in Cleveland, Ohio. So the first property is a duplex asking $75,000. And the second is a single family home asking $87,000. When I was sent these two properties, I was told the ARV was in the range of 250,000. So these are things that we can confirm. So if we're buying two properties for 162,000 total, and they're worth 250 on an ARV, we have basically almost $100,000 spread. So if that means if we can fix these properties up for less than 90, what is it, $98,000, we're buying at a discount, which is the first golden rule of real estate. All right, so let's jump in. What do we have? 497. So this is the part of the deal reveal where you can pull out your calculators. You can follow along with me. See if you can go faster than I can. All right, so first property we have, let's jump out of here. Let me know if this is a deal or no deal for you. So let's start the counter. Go to Google, put that property address, slap it in there, followed by the word realtor. Make sure that the property that's popping up is the one you're actually interested in. Whoops, I clicked on Redfin. Heck, I clicked here, might as well go anyways. So we can get some information. Like this last sold for $10,000 in 93. Redfin estimates this property to be worth about 115,000 as a 4.2. It does have an estimator of value. So if you follow this trend line, you keep on going, it probably, no, this trend line is actually going higher than 115, isn't it? If you just follow pretty much average, I'd say it's probably worth about 135 if you follow this trend line right here. So that could be pretty interesting, maybe even more, maybe 150. So I don't usually go in Redfin, but since I clicked on it by mistake, I figured I'd give you a little bit of insight there. But let's just see if it was on Realtor because I do prefer Realtor. Do we have it on Realtor? That's 115. See, sometimes don't get tricked, right? This is not the same property as the one we're looking for. So it actually is not popping up on Realtor. We got this one, 496. Oh, 496, 497. So interesting. We're not picking it up on Realtor. Let's just go to Zillow, see if we can get some other data. Zillow estimates it at 127,000 and a range of between 100 and 153. How interesting is that, right? And so we're getting a few different points of view. And well, how much are we paying for this property? How much are they asking? 75. And so there looks like there might be a nice spread to go get here. It seems like 125 is on the low end of what this ARV can be, potentially up to like 140. I'd be somewhere in that zone. And now the challenge will be how much work is needed in this property. Now, I actually think I have some pictures for you. Let me go in here. Now that I think of it, I'm pretty sure I was given some pictures. So let's just do this right since we have the information. All right, let's take a look here. All right, so here's the type of pictures we have. Got a utility sink, it looks like in the basement. We do have some horizontal fissures here, so we will want to take a look at that in the inspection. See, it didn't look too bad, but you definitely want a professional going in there. It looks like it is currently tenanted, right? The TV is on, and there's someone standing right there. Looks pretty clean. Those floors look nice, actually. Looks lived in. Actually, very clean for a lived-in property with a puppy. I love that. Oh, that's a scary person on the screen. Um, we have just going quickly, taking a look. Like it doesn't even look like it needs paint almost from these pictures. It looks really cleanly put together and potentially already tenanted with long-term tenants in here. A little patch on the ceiling happening. Older cabinets, but you know, if this is what we call an anchor tenant, someone who's been here for 10 years already, most times it's not worth rocking the boat. You just leave them in there and there's very little work to be done. So we're just taking a quick look. See the floor, there might be a little bit of buckling on the floor, but generally speaking, it looks pretty nice. Pretty nice, pretty nice. I'm just going quickly through. We're looking for anything old fans, but unless you're turning this over to a new tenant, bathroom looks clean. A new tub surround wouldn't hurt, or at least some new caulking and a good cleaning, but there's no mold happening up here. I'm liking this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm liking this. We do have something happening up here. So we'd have to see what's up top over this particular bathroom. Yeah, we need to see what's happening up here. So potentially some roof issues. Oh, lots of pictures. I'm gonna go just a little bit faster, just for sake of time. We're getting a good sense of generally what's to expect here. There was missing floor on the stairs leading up to the second floor, or maybe the third at this point. So we're trying to get a sense of how much work is needed if we're gonna buy this property. Uh, and so far, what we've seen, if the tenants are staying, 1,000, 2,000 so far. Now, from what we've seen, and if the tenants stay, those are two ifs, but there is a universe in which this is a very low cost rehab. That looks like a nice newer roof from that little picture. The upstairs tenant, a little bit less clean than the downstairs, but still quite reasonable. We really have a lot of pictures here. Well, this bathroom's a little bit cleaner than the downstairs. Little bit. Although that might be a rag, we see that same thing, right? The surround, the caulking, um, definitely needs to be redone, retouched, because you don't want that water going through the seams and behind or under the bath. Mm, oh. Notice we didn't spend much time on the basement. We don't know about the furnace hot water tank, but they're lived in, and so we wouldn't expect them not to be working right now. Tony's already putting in, go in at 55,000. Are they Section 8? All good questions to ask. So honestly, I think this property is worth quite a bit more than the asking price as of right now, right? Again, asking price at 75. I think as is, this property is probably worth 100,000, even without putting any work into it. So I've got a good feeling that we're buying this property at a discount. So that's the first golden rule of real estate. The second golden rule of real estate is, are we buying cash flow? Now, some of you might just say, heck, you're buying a duplex for 75,000. Duh, of course you're buying cash flow. But let's not assume. Let's put this is a 4-2 duplex, which means it's a 2-1 per side. And so let's put in 2-1, and it's an apartment. And we're going to check these rents, and then we're going to multiply by 2 the numbers we see here. So this property is tucked, it looks like to be in the Glenville section. So this is your C minus, D plus type area. There is money, there is government funding being poured into Glenville. It's still, it's not rough to the point where I wouldn't look at it, but just know what you're getting into. This is pretty low rent. 850 is low rent for a two-bedroom apartment in Cleveland. So that's an indicator of the roughness of the area, if you will. And so if I'm going to go with a two-bedroom in Glenville to get 850, I would, if at all possible, go with Section 8 for two reasons. They're going to pay more, and um, and it'll be guaranteed rents. So this property is in zip code 44108. So you can go to the apps.cmha.net/rent determination. Make sure you got the right zip code and see that a two-bedroom can pay up to $13.29 per side. So the average rent for the area is about $850, and yet you can probably get about 1,000, because this you have to pay for utilities. If you're going to consider this number, you're going to have to pay for utilities to get this number on your lease, on the paperwork. And so with Section 8, you can probably get 1,000 a month per side. And so in Glenville, for the most part, unless these tenants have been there for a long time with no problem and they're clean, which they very well might be, I would focus on a Section 8 strategy here. So I'd say 1,000 per side, 12 months a year. And since this is a Cleveland multifamily, a 40% expense ratio is plenty. Taxes on this are quite low. And so this property can net, if you bought this cash, you can net 14,000 plus a year. And if you're buying this property for 75,000, and let's say you find $15,000 of work needed to be done, all right? Let's be even more generous. Let's say the roof needs to be redone, and that's 15,000 by itself, plus some $5,000 of interior work from here and there. Maybe one hot water tank is old. Let's say you're in it for $20,000. So you buy it for 75 and you put 20 into it, you're up to $95,000. And so if you're making 14,000 on a $95,000 investment, this is a 15% cap rate. Very strong cap rate. Yeah, look at that. The celebration has begun. I love it. I love it. I love it. Sold, Tony says. Perfect. Okay, so that's the point. We've looked at the golden rule of discount. Are we buying at a discount? Are we buying equity? Looks like we are. And are we buying cash flow? Looks like we are. This is looking like a very solid deal, and you haven't even started negotiating yet. All right. So if you're interested, yeah, Martin, you like that, Emmanuel? All right, fantastic. If you're interested in this deal, it is a real live deal. All right. And if you want to go come in, put in an offer, check it out, send us an email, info@jkrealestatepartners.com. We will connect you free of charge to the seller or to the seller's representative, and you can take it from there. So not bad. Looks like we got a good first deal in the works here. All right, fantastic. If you need that email again, it is in the chat. JK team, thank you for that. Appreciate you. You're awesome. Okay, next deal, because we have a double header tonight. Let's go get that other property address on Delray Avenue, 16319. 16319 Delray Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio, 44128. And as you might know, if you negotiate volume package deals, you can typically get even better negotiating power or discounts. All right, so don't forget that when you're out there and someone shows you 2 properties or 5 properties or 10 properties at a time. So step number 1, you put that property's address into Realtor. I'm going to redo the same exact steps, but this time I'm going to go to realtor.com because it did pop up. And this is what, oh, isn't that cute? A nice half brick, half vinyl exterior, 3-1 single family home, about 80 years old. Estimated value 133 based on their predictors, their algorithms. And let's just go get that chart, that trend over time. Where are you? ¿Dónde estás? Oh, there we go. All right, interesting here. There seems to be a little bit of a trend down over the last 2 years, which is interesting. You don't see too much of this in Cleveland lately, and so keep that in mind when you do your graph. Don't go doing your graph up here and then keep going up here and say this is worth 200,000, right? Maybe you want to disregard just the last little centimeter of data here, but keep this data. This is real good data from earlier this year. So my trend line would probably be smack down right here, and I'd probably land about at 140 on this one, okay? And so if they're asking 87,000 and it's worth 140, again, looks like there might be a good spread to buy at a discount, which is that first golden rule of real estate. Let's go see where in Cleveland this one is located really quickly. You don't want to buy many or any properties in the hood. And so let's just see where exactly we are, get a good sense. We're off of Lee Road, Scottsdale and Lee Road, Harvard and Lee. So here's the corner of Harvard and Lee. Again, C minus area, I would say, for this Lee Harvard section. And the more you go east of here, the more it's going to go into that C, C plus, even maybe B minus when you get further out here near Highland Hills and Warrensville, Shaker Heights up here and Warrensville Heights down here. So the area, I think, is that good rental market. In this particular, I'd be on the fence of whether I would do Section 8 or just regular cash paying tenants. It would factor into my equation how much just regular rents are. So let's go take a look at this particular property. This is a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house. And so let's go see what kind of rents we can get here on Delray Avenue. And see here, the rents are actually, about 1,300, right? If you completely redid this property top to bottom, you did a complete cosmetic rejob, put 40, 50,000 into it, you might get 15, 16, 15. But if you just wanted to get in, make it as nice and go average, about 1,300 seems to be your number. Similarly, if you went and got Section 8, you can go back to the rent determination, get the right zip code in here, and check what a 3-bedroom gives, up to 1,720. So keep in mind that's not the number you're going to get. You might get between 16 and 17, and then you have to pay utilities. It's a single family home. I'd remove 300 for that number. So you'd be at 13, 14 with Section 8, and you'd be around 13 with a cash paying tenant. And so that's why I said it's pretty much on the fence of what would I do in this particular situation. It's more of an art than a science when you get to this. Um, how important are guaranteed rents for you? How much do you like or dislike the fact that Section 8 is going to have annual inspections on your property and they will give you a list of things to fix every year? They're keeping an eye on your property, which is a good thing, free inspections, but they're also going to force you to maintain it to a certain level. And so, Tony puts a comment in there, Section 8, never late. I love that motto. So guaranteed rents by the government on the first business day of the month, direct deposit to your bank account. And so there is a big advantage to going with government subsidized programs like Section 8. So that's all fine and dandy. Let's go back to our golden rule of cash flow here. Would we cash flow on this property if we were making 1,300 a month? There's 12 months a year. That means this property is generating about 15,000, almost 16,000 a year in gross income. We're in Cleveland, but it's not a multi. I'm going to use the 55% rule on this one. This property would generate about 8,600 a year in net cash flow if you bought it cash. But now, did we have pictures of this property? I don't think we did, huh? No, we just had the profile. So let me see if I can go get some pictures of the inside. I think I had some for this one too. Just to get a sense of how much renovations are required. Remember, we're starting at 87,000. A little bit of concrete repair potentially. Oh, look at this, interesting on this picture. The siding's a little warped and that awning's a little sideways. So a little bit of tuck pointing, maybe concrete repair. That railing is likely loose because of the foundation problem. So not perfectly turnkey, but nice floors and ceramic tiles. Vacant, this one, right? Not tenanted. So that might be a good or a bad thing, depending on what you're preferring, but it is what it is. You can't pick everything. But generally speaking, heck, this looks clean. I like these two properties. I don't know about you. A few broken tiles on the bottom, but I mean, as a rental, if it was a flip, yeah, you'd want to fix them, but as a rental, who cares? That's a nice little counter there, isn't it? Hmm, very nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just getting a general sense. Interesting floor installation, but you got that hardwood floor, clean throughout. The roof looks decent from that picture. A little bit of patchwork from in the closets, but who cares? If as long as we don't get chipping paint, Section 8 will be fine. So this one, I would probably redo all the paint throughout the house. So expect, a $5,000-6,000 of paint job and so forth. So from what I saw, again, we didn't see the roof, we didn't see the furnace, we didn't see the foundation, we didn't see the hot water tank. From what I saw, 10,000. I don't think you're getting this rent ready Section 8 standard or nicely buttoned up for less than 10,000. So let's put 15,000 in our numbers just to make sure we're padding him. And so let's say you buy it for 89, you put in 15, we're at 102. So that's 102,000. We would be buying an 8.4 cap on this property. And so cash flow obviously will be quite a bit less than the multifamily, but you have a single family that seems to be worth about 125, 135, which you're all in for 103. So it looks like you're buying it at about a 25% discount, which is a very strong discount. And I will mention that these two properties hit the 125. It appears that they're both going to hit the 125 ARV, which makes them very easy to refinance or finance as standalones. You don't have to make any portfolio loans to make these happen. You can buy one or you can buy them both, and you have all the exit options to refinance or finance the deals. So that's what we have, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like we've got 3 units that combined are well over 250,000 in value, that we are buying at about 20 to 30% discounts with cash flow. Yes, less on the single family. It'll almost always be like that. You will have less cash flow on a single family unless you do short-term rentals because it's in a better location and you put extra money for furniture, maybe theming. But overall, these are two solid investment properties for under 100 or right around $100,000 a piece. What what else do you want? What else do you want? Deal or no deal? Let me know. All right, who do we have here? Hetel, we have John, we have Oni, we have Lourdes, Manny. I love this. So many people on here. Isabel, Rob. Who else logged in a little bit later here? Yeah, Stuart. We have yeah, Danny, fantastic. And I love it. These names, there's people in here that are actively buying properties. They're hunting, and feels like I'm the prey right now. But these are real deals, all right? If you're interested, what do? Send us an email. Let us put you in contact, right? This is what we do. So Sean says it's a deal. Carolyn, deal. Martin, deal. Josiane, deal. Rory, deals. John, deal. Fantastic. So just send us an email. And whether it be Rob, deal, fantastic. I appreciate the interaction this evening. It's very fun. And so that's what we got for you this evening. That's the deal reveal. Deals, deals, deals. Hetel says, fantastic. Don't be a stranger. There's only two deals tonight, right? So the first two that jump in are the first two that are going to get it. If you would like to be put on the Deal Butler list, right? Once you're part of the community, the All You Can Learn community, if you're not already, you can hire me literally to find deals. These are deals that I don't show on the deal reveal, obviously. I'm looking for you specifically. And so if you're interested, just send us an email. Ask to look at the Deal Butler service agreement. We'll send that over to you. And if it's a go, we get you on board and I start hunting for properties. There is a ton of properties out there that I'm negotiating currently, including that other one I mentioned at the beginning of the call, Cleveland Heights, which is I like Cleveland Heights, a nice suburb of Cleveland with some creative mortgage takeover. You don't know when you're going to get a creative deal, but when you do, if you so happen to be the Deal Butler client and that's the deal we fall on, well, great for you, right? You won the little real estate lottery. So with that being said, I will remind you that we have an app at JK. So every member of the community, once you're a part of the All You Can Learn, you can just download the app and have that learning continuous anywhere and everywhere you go. So the learning and the earning never stops. Again, next free meetup is in Laval. It'll be in French on November 20th. JK team, I think you're gonna, or if you're not already did, I'm sure it's gonna come up in just a minute. The link if you want to register to that one. And if you want the replay, Hetel, just wait. You're gonna get it by email. We send out the replays. And the last big thing is the Epic Bus Tour. This is the one not to miss, ladies and gentlemen. It's the last one for the year, and the next one might only be in like April or May. All right, we're more than 6 months away from the next one because in the wintertime travel and we can't see the roofs and the real estate's a little bit better in not winter. And so join us for the next Epic Bus Tour where we get to meet the power team. You get to meet the power team members, get their phone numbers, get their emails, meet them, greet them, and visit properties, right? This is 2 properties. Imagine on the bus tour when we see 25 properties that you can put offers on. There's more than enough to go around for all the participants. And if you're interested in the VIP option, an extra half day on the Friday where we go see slightly larger properties, apartment buildings, and so forth, that might be of interest to you. So the link is on the screen. I'm sure JK team also put it in the chat. It is limited events. I just saw, I think today, 4 more tickets got sold today. So if we need to add another bus, we will. But ultimately, there are limited seats, and we would love to see you in Cleveland. One last little sneak peek for those of you who are new to the deal reveal and you don't know what this bus tour is all about. Take a look at this little video to give you the vibe of what it's all about.
Your net worth is your network. And it's really true in the bus tour personally because you meet so many different people that are all around the same group of investment. You hear ideas, you hear ways of doing things that By yourself, it would have taken you years to think about or develop. While here in a single weekend, you get all the flow chart going to basically ensure success.
It's one thing to take in information, but like it's another to go see the homes, go see the properties, do analysis of the homes and properties, talk to lenders, talk to realtors. It's, you know, bringing all that together really adds to it, as opposed to just sitting down and taking theory in. Here's your book, peace out.
Kyle, he's very passionate about what he does, also extremely knowledgeable. He's willing to answer pretty much any question you throw at him. And that's been very helpful for me.
This is my second tour. I was the last bus tour in May. I'm now ready to put offers, to go to take more action. It's go.
I really like the property close to the Cleveland Clinic.
It was a mess, but if you remove that mess from your head and you look farther in the future, if you have a vision, you can envision that that house has a lot of potential for a short-term rental.
That bus tour changed in my life with a better view and better mindset.
Pretty cool, huh? I love that. So that's the bus tour. If you want the educational content, check out the All You Can Learn, jkprograms.com/programs, jkrealestatepartners.com/programs. And our value proposition is we get you that first property in 6 months or less. And if you don't, I should say, we'll continue supporting you until you do. So how about that? That's what we have here at JK. That's our deal reveal for the evening. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Have a great evening. And for those of you who are part of the All You Can Learn Fast, we'll see you in about half an hour. I'm going to showcase one of our community members who recorded his call in a negotiations, and in 3.5 minutes, all right, took control of this conversation, the negotiation, wrote his own terms, and I'm so proud of him. We're going to feature his 3.5 minute call with the other members, and we're going to learn what he did, why he did it, and the type of results that came from following the process that was taught in the All You Can Learn program. And so that's what we have for you. Have a great evening, everyone. Love you long time. Now or tomorrow, go get your miracle.